Yo, testing, testing. Everybody hear me? Sound good? What's going on, chat? How y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm gonna do my all right, awesome. Room's filling up, before I do my thing, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate everybody coming by. I hope you guys are enjoying your Saturday. I'm later on about to take my wife out. We're about to go out and eat and stuff. Enjoy a little bit more of Germany and stuff like that. Man, the weather stays cold out here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's a nice pool facility that's like outdoor, but the weather over the last week has been really cold, man. And it's already July. So hopefully the weather gets warmer and stuff like that. Ruham was good. Mark Woodland, Jemiah Dixon, Charles of Gaming, Christian McCoy, Ruham, of course, Danny. You know what I'm saying? My man Charles was in here first. Cypher was good. High on hype. You know what I'm saying? What's good, everyone? Chili Hall, Clarissa, Boricos in Germany. What's up with that? You know what's funny? Um, there's actually Latin clubs out here. The Germans get down out here. They dance salsa, merengue, bachata. I think was a couple of weeks ago. I missed it because I found out after the fact. But this dude had a concert out here. I forgot who his name. Oh my god, it's on the tip of my tongue. Oh Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, it's on the tip of my tongue. Uh, Nicky Jam. Oh my god. Out here. Nicky Jam was out here at a concert. It was sold out. Stuff like that. I think Daddy Yanking is about to have a concert soon. It probably already passed, but there's dudes out here. Funny enough, a lot of places in Germany where we shopped, where we ate food at, and we have translators. Me and my wife, we're trying to do our best, to respect the culture and try to do what we can in terms of learning the language, at least the little bits and stuff like that. Some of the people, retailers and stuff like that, they ask us if we're Latin. They say it because a lot of Germans, they speak English and good English too. So that's amazing. How this country does that. So they come to us and they look at us and be like, "Oh, you speak Spanish?" And we be like, "Yeah." Then all of a sudden they come and talk Spanish to us like beautiful. Like, yo, they put me to shame. I'm like, oh, like me and my wife are like, yo, a lot of German people, yo, they speak Spanish fluently, like off the hook. So, we shopping or we discuss or we order food and we talking in Spanish. And this is crazy. It's amazing. Very educated, very open to people's cultures. It blows my mind. Like straight Germans, born and raised here, and they they speak better Spanish than they do English. Like it's crazy. It's amazing. I'm having an amazing time. And stuff like that. My man said the Naughty Dog agenda is so confusing. you know. But I wanna do this live broadcast. Yeah, wow, USA will be offended by speaking Spanish. It happened. You see streams, like you saw videos of people like cursing out people because they see them speak Spanish and tell them go back to where you come from. Yeah, in Germany, I got Germans talking to me in Spanish to make me more comfortable in their country. That's what's crazy. I'm in their country and I'm trying my best. Me and my wife have the app. We have the Google Translator, and we're trying to accommodate, obviously, because it's your country. We're doing the best we can, to speak the German language, and they come out and cater to us by speaking Spanish or whatever. I'm like, oh, I was like, wow. That's incredible. All right, that's crazy. Oh my god, my girl Ashton Luca, right there. She already causing heartache. You know what I'm saying? You need to stay away from cars. That's what you need to do. Stick to public transportation. Now, anyway, I saw your tweet, man. Man, stay safe, girl. Like I don't know what to do. Use holy water. Carry a Bible every time you're in the car. Cause damn. All right, but My man said getting the Puerto'S box. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is. I'm gonna start a Kickstarter. Man, I'm saying I'm gonna make a console that blows all these consoles to shame. Oh snap! You know what I'm saying? But in my Hollywood voice, because what I'm gonna put on my camera. You know, but before I put on my camera, I wanna do my little Hollywood voice here. You know, like the deep voice in the world. You know what I'm talking about? I'm gonna do that right now. In the world where YouTube bias is at an all-time high, one man has stood the line to bring truth to these YouTube streets. That man is Puerto'S 77. Now experience the final conclusion to the Uncharted Agenda Trilogy with Aftermath. Will the final secrets be untold? Will Robin Gaming have his way, or Puerto'S stand the line and bring truth to the people? Coming to a theater near you. Filmed in full Sony IMAX. Yo, I had to do this last part, you know what I'm saying? Because at a certain point, like after I did the second video, and I think I'm about to do this live one, I thought to myself, you know what? I gotta give it another title. You know what I'm saying? I gotta do another title because I have to make this shit look like a Tom Clancy novel. You know what I'm saying? Like a Jason Bourne shit. You know what I'm saying? So this is the final trilogy, and yo, you know what I'm saying? I'm just bugging out and stuff. But I wanted to do this only because I'm not gonna continue with this conversation no more. That's the main point of this live. I'm gonna recap a little bit, but I'm gonna move on, and that's pretty much it. I am not dealing with this topic, and I'm gonna explain why. All right, but let me do something else. Let me do oh snap, they don't have pop-out chat here. Oh no, okay, wrong spot. Here we go. Let me do pop-out chat. Let me do something real quick. Let me there we go. We're gonna do that right here. My pop-out chat right here. We're getting nowhere with this topic. You have no idea. I'm gonna tell you why I'm not gonna. I'm gonna just this is it right after this. I'm not even And if people tweet, I'm just gonna ignore it. I'm not gonna mute or block. I don't do that because at the end of the day, nobody was really disrespectful. Nobody cursed me out, and that's cool and all. Everybody obviously had different opinions and stuff like that, which is perfectly fine. It's all good. That's expected. You know what I'm saying? That's perfectly fine. But I'm not gonna continue with this. This is one thing I'm not gonna step in. I'm gonna explain why. All right. To recap, how this whole thing began. How did I get into this, and what made me make the video? This actually began, believe it or not, with Solid Cast, right? That one tweet about black dudes being mad about white dudes, get over it, and I said that's hypocritical. La 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 la. And then all of a sudden, people started talking about Robin's Uncharted Agenda video. So then I saw that video way after the fact. I mean, he already had like tons of views. I mean, it was already big. I just never noticed it to that level, So I saw the video and I saw the whole video and I'm like, yo, I knew something was up. I'm like, man, something's fishy on this street. Something's crazy. Something's looking spooky, like Zaire was saying. Yo, something's spooky in these streets. All right. And I didn't agree with it. So I made my first video. I thought, and he made the video professional and calm and all that stuff. I just thought that, man, this video is spooky. So I made my Uncharted Relapse video. Right? That was where the saga began. The first chapter in the Uncharted Agenda Trilogy. All right. So my man said, Mark Golden, we got dudes out here thinking a video game will turn you gay. Yo, for real. It's getting crazy on these streets. So I saw the video. I disagreed. So I made a respectful video. Then I saw tons of comments, positive, negative, you know what I'm saying? Or different types of opinions and stuff like that. But the most common trend was Anita Sarkeesian, women being forced, forcing women onto games. I saw weird comments, which I will address later. But one of the big comments that led me to the Exposed video, the sequel to the big hit and blockbuster video of, I'm bugging out here. I'm having fun with that. I'm having fun. I'm trying to have fun with this. But what led me to the Exposed video was people were saying that Robin, within the first 5 minutes, said and showed factually Neil saying he had a secret agenda. And it's just true. He did factually show that in the Uncharted, Naughty Dog agenda. I said Uncharted agenda. It's actually Naughty Dog agenda. So he showed factually a clip of Neil Druckmann showing him saying, with The Last of Us, I had a secret agenda. And people were saying that. And see, it's facts. He showed it. Even Neil Druckmann admitted it. I'm like, okay. So you know what? My follow-on video, my second video, I'm going to find this video because he only showed me a 2-minute clip of it. I want to see the whole thing. Because right now, just based on that video, I only saw what Robin wanted me to see. Right? So I'm like, okay. And the video's titled An Honest and Open Conversation, I'm like, cool. I'm going to look for it. And it took me a while to find it, but I finally found it. And I saw the whole presentation. And at that point, I'll be honest, I was kind of pissed off. All right? Only because I can empathize with Neil Druckmann because his motivation about this whole thing was his daughter. And I have a daughter. I'm a father. And the fact that, to my opinion, Robin left that out, that took the whole thing out of context. Because right now, if you just discussed Robin's video on the merit and only the merit of his video, there is no way we can discuss Neil Druckmann's motivation, inspiration being his daughter. We would never have that conversation because we don't know that particular piece of information. So there's no way we can sit down and say, hey, Neil Druckmann, he's thinking about his daughter. He wants to create characters that, his daughter can enjoy, like the way boys enjoy, characters like Master Chief and Solid Snake and stuff like that. If we only discuss the merit of Robin's video and that's it, that discussion would never happen because it doesn't exist. The information he presented doesn't tell us that. So we will never have that. We would be only able to have an honest and open discussion on what Robin showed us, which was a small clip of Neil Druckmann saying he had a secret agenda, him showing him presenting an award to Anita Sarkeesian, right? He said Uncharted 4, the ending was changed from him having a son to a girl. Overemphasis on media kissing with The Last of Us 2. He showed us all these information. So based on that, all right, that's all we could discuss based on that. And then that would be the conversation. But as soon as I created the Naughty Dog Agenda Exposed video, and I gave you the link to the whole entire presentation, and I expanded the aperture, I showed you more of what Neil Druckmann was thinking about. I had people came back and be like, yo, Puerto'S, at first I agreed with Robin's video based on what he showed me, but as soon as you show me this, some people changed their mind about Robin video. Some people actually felt Robin was deceitful. Not all of you have, but some have. And that is an honest, open discussion. To have an honest, open discussion, you got to have the full facts. You got to display it. You got to put everything out there first. Okay? That's got to happen first. All right? The video talked about Neil Druckmann, giving Anita Sarkeesian an award, him liking Anita Sarkeesian's presentations and stuff like that. All right? They talked about getting some lesbian who's not a gamer to do moderate a panel. They talked about that. They talked about Uncharted, Drake having a daughter instead of a son. Nadine fell for it. He has all this information, but he didn't put out at least other side of information like, oh, but one thing I have to mention, Neil Druckmann is also concerned about his daughter and the type of characters girls can relate to or look up to, or at least have dominant females and stuff like that. That wasn't part of the equation, which I think, to me, that part, any time a father has motivation to do something for their child, that's the biggest motivation of all time. That's huge. That's critical, in my opinion. That's probably more critical. And when I presented it, there's people who came back and said that their views changed simply because extra information was put out there. Some people thanked me for actually giving them. Think about it. I'm being thanked for giving them information that Robin Gaming had because he saw that video, but he failed to give that to his audience. He only gave them what he wanted to give them. I'm just giving you the full picture of the whole thing. You can still decide what you want, right? That's just how it is in this one. But I'm gonna say this. I'm not, this is gonna be the last discussion. Of course, I'll address questions as it goes along, but I'm gonna go back to my normal talk shit about plastic, talk shit about companies. And then when I need to bring out serious conversations, serious lessons, when Professor Puerto'S has class and sessions, it's going to be about gaming industry, gaming metrics, sales, NPD, all that stuff, countering points, just things like that. But it's all going to be related to plastic, games, and companies. It's not. I'm not doing this political stuff. That's not me. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna tell you why. One, I don't do politics. That's why you don't see, you very, very, very rarely you see me talk about politics. Let people choose the political side, political spectrum, whatever you want. That's on you. Believe what you want to believe. Vote how you want to vote. I'm not wasting my time having these discussions. It's just really not. I believe what I believe. You guys believe what you believe. You do what you want to do. Okay? I'm not an extremist on any spectrum. Okay? I'll give you, for example, on Twitter, I don't follow a lot of political people. I don't follow famous political people. I don't follow a lot of political topics. I try to keep Twitter to entertainment, movies, not so much music because I don't, whatever, but mostly to movies, comics, technology, and gaming. I try to, so that way, most of the thing I scroll through on Twitter, I see that. And then once in a while, maybe because of YouTube, I watch health and fitness. That's about it. But I don't know why I still see a lot of political conversations and talks. I see that all the time. How's the food in Luxembourg? I haven't ate there yet. But over my time, it's gonna take a little time and stuff like that. But where was I at? Damn, I lost my train of thought because you're talking about food. I see political tweets, right? Some tweets I've seen, and I'll tell you, I see this a lot, is I've seen a couple of tweets where somebody just makes an opinion. I don't know who the person is. I just see the tweet. It's been retweeted by somebody. Sometimes it's an ad, whatever, where people come out and say, if you're not willing to date a transvestite because they're trans, then that makes you a homophobe, right? And I'm like, what the hell? I'm just making sure, man, does everything look a little bit like blocky, like choppy, like a lot of frames? Anyway, let me see if I can fix that a little bit. Because I'm noticing I'm moving kind of weird, so I may have to adjust the setting. But anyway, as I'm doing that, people come out and say, if you're not willing to date a person because you found out they're trans, that makes you a homophobe. That's the big thing here, right? And I'm like, I'll be honest, I'm married, so I really don't have to worry about that. I don't have to worry about dating, relationships, and stuff like that. But I will say this: if I was single, I'm not dating no tranny. If a woman comes up or whatever, and she tells me, or if I know, I could, obviously for the most part you could tell. But let's say she looks like a perfect replica of a woman, and almost impossible to tell, right? And comes out of nowhere, and she's like, "Hey, before we do anything, I just gotta let you know, I'm a transvestite, and I had a full operation." I'll be like, "Okay, thanks for telling me. Have a nice day," and I'm out. Enjoy, do you? Okay, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Yeah, I think. Okay, there we go. There we go. Doing a little bit. Looks a little bit darker, but wait, too dark. Too dark. All right, yeah, we'll do it like that. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. Good. Let me close this out. All right, because I was looking a little bit weird. All right, nothing against them. Now, just because that person says, "Hey, if you want to date a trans, you're homophobe," I don't really care about that person's opinion. I'm not going to use that extreme view to knock the transvestite community and what they want to do. I'm not going to knock other people who will date a transvestite who don't give a damn. I'm not going to side with any politician that's against transvestite or create laws. I'm not doing any of that. That's just my personal preference. I don't care if people see me as a homophobe, and I'm not going to be mad because some random people or even media artists or bloggers, famous journalists that has 1 million, 2 million viewers or followers, and they write these articles, and they write articles on how people who don't date trans are all homophobes and bigots. That shit don't bother me. But that's not gonna make me get pissed off, and now I'm gonna be against transvestites from living the way they want to live either. I'm just not like that. I'm not bitter and I'm not angry at other people's opinion. To me, it's irrelevant. I stand by my own values. Nothing's ever gonna change that. All right. With that said, this whole agenda thing, right? Right? This whole agenda thing. Well, people says you got the agenda, right? In union case, you got the agenda. But here's the thing, though. I'm not gonna. You got people who are hateful and call everybody racist. I'm not gonna take it out on the rest of the transvestite community because of the most extreme views. You know, if using your logic, I should hate all white people because there's white people who are racist towards Latinos. So should I say there's a white agenda against every Latin person out there? No, that wouldn't be right. That wouldn't even make sense. Now, would it? You know, I'm not going to take a few people who's on an extreme. I'm not going to take people and journalists, popular journalists and popular bloggers, who's going to paint me as a homophobe. And now I'm going to lash out at everybody else. I don't need to lash out. You know what I'm saying? Because I stand tall on my own values and my own morals and my own ethics. No one can conquer that. And I don't need to lash out and argue, whatever. I'm too strong for that. At the same time, I support people who do what you do. Gays, lesbians, transvestites, live how you want to live. You know, I'm just not going to have a relationship with you. That's it. That's my personal choice. That's my personal happiness. But what your personal happiness is, that's your personal happiness. Do what you got to do. If there's bloggers who want to fight this war and curse all of us out because they're hateful and angry, I'm just not listening to you. You have no relevance in my life. With that said, I played Uncharted 4, right? Last year in 2016. Beat it. Then I played Lost Legacy. Fantastic games. All right? Absolutely fantastic games. He says, fix your hairline, Puerto Rock. No, I'm not even gonna get into that. We're gonna leave that up. All right. I played those games, and they are phenomenal. I love them. Great. I love Lost Legacy. Great games. Right? It wasn't until this week with the whole Uncharted, whole Naughty Dog agenda, I never realized there was people who are pissed off that Drake's child ended up being a girl. That never even, and you guys know, I'm in the bullshit when it comes to Twitter and this console war. I'm knee deep. Hell, if the console war was Greek mythology, I'm Ares, the god of war. I'm in this motherfucker with the fuckery. I wake up and I'm thinking, man, what fresh batch of fuckery can I put on Twitter to start get this shit live? You understand what I'm saying? I'm fucking Ares up in this bitch. Let this motherfucker burn. You know, let the flames of war burn. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I'm knee deep in the council bullshit. I'll debate, I'll antagonize, because at the end of the day, it's all plastic and just bullshit, right? So I have fun with this. I'll be out there screenshotting tweets, calling out people who say job trash. I'm doing all the fuckery. I'm just out there living it up, right? And I never once did I come across people upset that Drake kid was programmed as a girl. And then all of a sudden, Nadine was a forced female character that ruined the game. So Lost Legacy sucks. I'm like, yo, I was like, this. It wasn't until this week where I realized, you know, so apparently if Drake had a son, Uncharted 4 would be phenomenal. But because he had a daughter, the game's ruined. The writing's ruined because of this GW agenda. And I'm like, yo, this shit is wild. And this is the reason why, this is the reason why after this live broadcast, I'm moving on from this topic. And I'm going to tell you why. Because over the last couple of days on Twitter, or in the comment section. This is the conversation I've been having with people. And I need you guys to ask yourself, how the hell you guys can have serious political or view talk about people and whatever with this type of logic. Number one, the writing's ruined because Drake had a daughter. Like, that somehow drives people crazy. That's number one. And I don't know. I don't know. So what if the girl went from son to girl? Whatever. I cannot comprehend how that is an issue at any level. So that's far beyond me. I don't know how I can have a conversation, an honest and open discussion, when a person brings that up. That's number one. Number two, the one conversation I did have with somebody, right, on Twitter, they were talking about how now Naughty Dog is now forcing females to be the main characters in their games now, right? So now I'm thinking, okay, this combo makes sense. I can work with this. So then I'm presenting facts. I'm presenting factual information. I'm like, okay, you're saying Naughty Dog is forcing female characters. Let's look at what we've been playing. Uncharted 1, 2, 3, and 4, the main characters, was a male. It was Nathan, right? Then The Last of Us, another main game, the main character was a male. Right now, at this point, if you turn on your PlayStation right now and you put in a Naughty Dog game, the only main characters that are female are DLC. It's Left Behind DLC and Lost Legacy, which is a standalone DLC. There aren't mainline games. So factually, there is no Naughty Dog game with a mainline female main character. That's a fact. When The Last of Us 2 comes out, we will finally have one mainline game with a female lead out of all the products they created. So I'm like, okay, this is the facts. This is the information. This is what Naughty Dog has done. This is whatever. Let's make it happen. Let's have the conversation. Now he redefined what a main character is. Because in my mind, main character is the playable character, the main character. Like, who's the main character of Arkham series? It's Batman. It's not Robin or Harley Quinn or Catwoman. It's Batman. Who's the main character of Metal Gear? It's Solid Snake. Who's the main character of Halo? It's Master Chief. In fact, when they made other character, the main character such as Halo 5 with Locke, people lashed out, saying, hey, we don't want to play as Locke. We want to play as the main character, Master Chief, because he's the main character. You understand what I'm saying? So in my mind, main character, people you play. No, he redefined main character. Now the definition of main character is anybody involved in the story. So now Nadine in Uncharted 4 is the main character. And she was forced upon us. Granted, she's not even playable. And the main point of the story is not even her. If anything, the new introduced character that really led to the events of Uncharted 4, and is pretty much the whole point of Uncharted 4, is Sam Drake, his brother. That's the reason why we played Uncharted 4. So the main point is actually the male character. But yet everything's ruined because of Nadine, who you don't even play as. But Nadine now is the main character. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, so now we were defining what main character is. And I'm like, this once again is not an open discussion. This discussion doesn't even make sense. So now, looking back, if I played Metal Gear Solid, Sniper Wolf is the main character? Is not Solid Snake? Cortana is the main character of Halo? Is not Master Chief? Like, what are we doing here? You understand what I'm saying? I don't get it. And then in the end, he's like, oh, it was a feminist agenda to put Nadine in. And I'm thinking, if Nadine was a feminist agenda, then they did a terrible job. Because didn't she get her ass kicked by the Drake brothers and she lost everything when it was all said and done? And the brothers, two men, ended up with a good life while she lost everything? Right? I think if I was a feminist, I would do a better job. I would have made Nate's sibling Samantha Drake, and I would have gave credit to everything Nathan is on her. And then I would have went ham and have, what was it, Helen? leave Drake for Samantha because secretly she was actually a lesbian. I would have went off if I was a feminazi. I could have done a much better job. So if that was a feminist agenda, they failed because the chick lost everything and the two dudes end up winning. I'm just saying. But I'm gonna say this. I understand this whole thing stems from Anita Sarkeesian. That's really what it comes down to. And the politics of liberal propaganda, stuff like that. I hear you. Military doesn't let you express your views. It was like when I was in Navy. Love the channel, Puerto'S. Keep up the great. No, actually, with this, I could express whatever views I want. You know what I'm saying? What I don't talk about publicly is President Trump because he's my commander in chief. So, that stuff. But lesbianism, all that stuff, I could say whatever I want. I'll be honest. I am power. In fact, I'm going to tell you this. Real life story, since you brought that up. All right, but I appreciate those $5 super chat, Jersey. All right, I'm gonna say this, and this is true life story. 2011 is when the DOD overturned the don't ask, don't tell policy. It was 2011. All right. Before that, gay military members in the military that were gay were not allowed to actually say they were gay. Okay. If it was found out they were gay, this was prior to the 2011 overturning. They will be administratively discharged. They will be kicked out. So you got dudes who served 8, 10 years, whatever. They were hiding. They never told anybody that they were gay because if that was the case, they would get kicked out. Add Jay Fons to the call. Y'all two can preach the truth. Oh shit, $5. Let me send them a link and I'll get on my. If he wants the link, I'll get on my soapbox. But let me finish this, okay? Before that, gays did not publicly say they were gay in the military. But as any good leader, especially you, Jersey, if you were in the Navy, I don't know what rank you are, right? But if you were in a position, especially if you were an NCO, and you know your sailors, you know your Marines, you knew who was gay. You knew. I knew in my platoon who was gay. I knew my Marines every time. I know my Marines. Stuff like that. I knew my Marines. I knew everything about them. Every time I had my Marines under my charge, I knew where they're from. I knew their family. I knew their kid's first name. I knew their parents. I knew if they were adopted. I knew my Marines. All right? That's just the bottom line. Okay? I knew them. All right? So I knew who were gay. I knew it. But as long as you did your job as a Marine, and as long, just like in the order, you didn't publicly display within the orders, you were fine. I didn't have an issue with them being gay. Whatever they did privately, but many of them were good Marines, whatever, okay? And then I'm going to tell you, when the war kicked off, not so much 2003 when I deployed the first time, it was 2006 when I deployed the second time. You know what I'm saying? I was a staff NCO. In fact, I came back as an E7, right? Come back. We did our 6-month deployment. I'm not going to get into the details of deployment, but ultimately we came back home. We all came back home to our wives, spouses and stuff like that. Showing affection, kissing them, loving them. My wife, we're doing all this stuff, right? The gay Marines, both lesbians and the male gays, their loved ones didn't show the same affection like the same way everybody else did. Their affection, when you looked at them, was more like a best friend. Oh, wow, we missed you. They gave a hug. They shook hands. They were like, oh, it's great to see you. It was like watching two best friends seeing each other. When you know damn well that's their partner. But right there in public, they greeted each other like friends, hey, whatever, and then they left, and then they showed their affection. And that's right there was opened my eyes. Because I got my fellow Marines. We both deployed. Any one of us could have got hurt. Some did get hurt, whatever. And yet here I am, a person who swore to defend the Constitution, to make sure all of our rights are equal. Yet right here, right now, we're different. I'm able to do something my other Marines can't. And some of those Marines are junior to me. So the fact that I'm supposed to make sure I take care of my junior Marines, they can't do what I can do, that wasn't fair, despite the fact that we were both out there. When we were both out there, a bullet doesn't recognize your gender or your sexual preference. We were all out there. When we did our convoys and stuff like that, any one of us could have got blown up. It was the ultimate equalizer. Nothing mattered out there. Religion, color, race, gender, the ultimate equalizer. We come back here, I'm doing something they didn't get to do. And that bothered me. So when that 2011 turnover happened, I said, finally. Because now my Marines are doing the same thing I'm doing. Me being a Marine is not different than those Marines. We're both deployable. We both can get it. You see what I'm saying? That's when I knew something was wrong. 2 Marines, yet only one of us is having the privilege of enjoying benefits, stuff like that. You understand what I'm saying? It is what it is. All right. So with that said, some people's gonna have this issue with Arnita Sarkeesian. I'm not saying don't. I'm not saying do what you want to stop her, political, whatever. All right. If you see gaming devs siding with her, then go ahead, do what you want. All right. I'm not here to judge you on the whole thing. All I'm saying is, I really, the last time I heard the name Arnita Sarkeesian was during the Gamergate and the Trolls versus Women videos and the Hitman, and I made my points back then, and then I moved on. I haven't thought about her since. Okay. Since then, I just play games and I talk shit about plastic. You know, that's all I did. All right. And that's all I continue to do. And that's all I'm going to continue to do. All right. I just talk shit about plastic. I talk shit about companies. And then when it's time to preach and talk, you know, gaming industry stuff, that's exactly what I'm going to keep doing. I have no interest in continuing discussing because the motivation behind this conversation is not really gaming, it's political. You got people who are 100% hardcore against the SJW. That's your business. You'll continue to do what you want to do. All right? Okay? You continue to do what you want to do. All right? I'll just say this. At the end of the day, gaming is a consumer product. If you don't like what you see, then don't buy it. That's it. If you think Naughty Dog has an agenda and you don't like it, then don't buy their games. Because at the end, as I said, at the end of the day, no matter what, whether it's crossplay, loot boxes, SJW agenda, they all come down to one thing: Benjamin Franklin. Speak with your wallet. Me, I'm gonna play a game based on the merit of the game. The same way I played Uncharted 4, the same way I played Lost Legacy. Whether the characters were female, force, whatever, Jake had a daughter, I didn't think about any about that. I enjoyed the creative artwork that was presented to me, and I played it. Okay? Okay? All this talk, one dude came on and said, you know, all this talk about gaming potentially impacting a person's sexuality, I'd be like, I'm not dealing with that. I'm not dealing with none of that. I'm not dealing with any of that craziness. You know, I'm not dealing with the craziness of people disagreeing with gay lifestyle. I'm not here to fight that or whatever. I'm not, like I said, I don't do politics to that level. All right. I don't do that. All right. People look at Star Wars perspective. I'd be honest, I didn't get involved in that either. I didn't care. I didn't get into that either. I didn't even look it up. I didn't bother. Whatever. If the movie's good, it's good. If the movie sucks, it sucks. I just don't get into that. All right? Because again, I don't really get into politics. At the end of the day, for me, the only thing political, and I don't even talk about it a lot, but the only thing political that concerns me when it comes to gaming is what politicians are trying to push, that gaming is causing people to be violent, and that a lot of these shooting massacres are attributed to the gaming culture. That is the only thing gaming political wise that I am concerned about. That they're trying to push this narrative that all these violent shootouts and mass murders and all that stuff is because of gaming and the influence gaming has, and is developing children into being homicidal maniacs. Okay? That's it. Puerto'S has a you do you agenda. That's it. You do you. Do you. I'm not telling you if you wanna go out and still go at Naughty Dog because you think they have an agenda, whatever, then go at them. Go ahead. Go at them. All right. Me, I don't mind gaming being diverse. Let it grow, include more characters, let developers be more creative. Okay. I'll say this. I don't agree with any developer being shamed into doing something they don't want. So like I said, if there's publicists, media outlets, news outlets, gaming outlets that are shaming developers, because they're not making more female games, then I don't agree with that either. You understand what I'm saying? I don't agree with that. But the way I see it is this. It's no different than, like I said earlier, with people on Twitter shaming people who aren't willing to date a transvestite. I don't care. I move on for that. You know? At the end of the day, let the developer create what they want to create. Neil Druckmann wants to create more powerful female characters, and that's it. Leave it at that. If you don't like that he gave an award to Anita Sarkeesian, I don't know what to tell you. That's on y'all. I didn't even know he did that. And now that I know he did that, I don't care that he did that. What he needs to do is present me with a date so that way I know when I'm going to play The Last of Us 2. That's what he needs to do. That's what I want from him. All right? But that's all it is. All right? Other than that, I'm going to leave this alone. I'm looking at the thing. Open this up to questions. All right? But I'm going to tell a couple of things. I don't care about Anita Sarkeesian. I don't care about the video she makes. I don't care where developers get their inspiration from, or ultimately the reason. All right? At the end of the day, they're going to make a game. I'm going to, look into the game through reviews, through YouTube videos, through trailers. And if I like what I see, I'm going to buy it. And then after I buy it, I'm going to play it. And then after I'm done playing it, I'm going to judge it. That's it. That's how it's always been for me. And that's how it will continue to both for me. That's it. I'm not going to stand here and worry about attacking Anita or the SJW or defending the SJW, because I'm not doing that either. I'm not going to defend them and be out here calling everybody. Nah, I'm not a part of that. I don't care. Just give me the games and I'm going to play these games. All right? And at the end of the day, hopefully developers make good games. If they make a game with nothing but lesbo chicks in Amazon, oh well. If it's dope, it's dope. I really don't care and stuff like that. If it's something I don't like, then I won't play it. That's it. All right? I don't care. All right? My man says you're not defending by not calling them out. Calling, hold on. I don't agree with you. In fact, are you trampling on my rights to pick and choose what I want to fight for? Because that's what's funny. You guys are all about rights, whatever, but when somebody expresses their own rights, you want to force. So you want to force me to do what you want. I don't know. That don't sound like freedom to me. You are defending them by not calling them out. So I'm supposed to do what you want me to do? Is that what you're saying? That don't sound like freedom, dog. That sounds like I have to bend to your will. Is that what you're saying? That I have to agree with you? Interesting, right? See how I turned that around? Listen, you fight the political spectrum, the agendas you want to fight. You do what you think is important. All right? That's all it is. Me, I'm going back to what I find important in games, which is the content of the games. That's what I'm doing. All right? I'm saying you're weak of character. For an agenda that I don't care for, nah, that's not how it works. Because that whole topic, I don't care. I don't care about that topic. I think the topic is silly, me personally, and I'm not getting involved with that. I'm not going to spend days having discussions on why a game is screwed up because Drake had a daughter. I'm like that. I'm going to go back to just having fun, make fun of plastic, get into Twitter wars with Xbots, get in these debates, get in these podcasts where we're talking about CUDA cores and Horizon technology, 60 frames, all that shit. Already talking about PS5 and the next Xbox, type of games. Talk about Switch being an underpowered console. We're gonna do all. I'm going back to all that. This whole feminist movement or people being threatened, I'm not dealing with that. I'm gonna play the games. I'm gonna enjoy them. I don't think about any of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Okay? I don't say that. Problem. So you don't have a problem with women that look like men? No, because my wife don't look like a man. Fuck. I don't give a shit if a woman wants to look like a man. The fuck, here, let me ask you this. When you ask that question, why do you care? You got chicks out there dressed as men. I don't care. I'm not dating them. I don't care. Like, I don't care what a woman did. You got women out there shaving their heads. And my wife has long hair because I prefer long hair. Yeah, I I don't understand why would you even spend the time worrying about people that has nothing to do with you on how they want to look. I personally don't understand why people worried about how other people look. You know, don't date them. That's it. That's me. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I play a game. I don't remember ever playing a game that made me think about politics, on who to vote for, or any of that stuff. All right? I don't see any of that. One guy makes a note, making women look like men is disrespectful to women. I guess then let a woman make that claim. You know what I'm saying? Let all the women come out and do that thing. I don't know what to tell you. But it is what it is. But with that, let me open up to more questions, because after this is closed, I am not going to respond no more to this whole agenda stuff. For me, it's over. That chapter is over. This chapter, I'll be honest, overall, it hasn't been a really fun experience over the last week, actually. It kind of took away from the fun, because it felt more political. And like I said, I don't get too much into politics. I really don't enjoy talking about politics in the public, just because I don't enjoy it. It's just not a fun topic at all. It's not something I enjoy conversing with people at all. I don't find that fun. I find talking shit about consoles fun, because that's it. It's lighthearted. It's shit talking, banter. And at the end, it's just plastic. All right? Stuff like that. Thoughts on Jimmy B Gaming coming out the closet? I have no idea what you're talking about. I mean, I think I saw a video. I just didn't get to see it. I'm going to leave that alone. I have no idea. All right. What are we going to argue about now? Don't worry. I'll make up something, because I always bring fresh fuckery onto Twitter. You know what I'm saying? All right. I want fresh fuckery. Well, I will provide fresh fuckery. I'll find something. I'll go out there reaching for some bullshit, put it together. You know what I'm saying? I'll get people to get pissed off, but I'm going to go back to that. That's about it. But other than that, this whole thing, it's wild. It's crazy. It's serious conversations. And those who want to partake, y'all, go ahead. Enjoy it. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to continue to make follow-up videos, and I'm not doing that. As soon as this live stream closes out, all right, it's done. Okay? I'm going to leave it at that. Question, P-Rock, why are people saying Solid Rev is racist? A lot of people pull the racist card. I don't think he's racist. I don't think that tweet was racist. I think the tweet was hypocritical, but I don't think it was racist at all. What I do think is it probably rubbed people the wrong way. Some people called the tweet white privilege. It could lead to a lot of things. When you bring up race and you say it the wrong way, people could misinterpret it. The only game that made me question certain things were the Metal Gear Solid Saga 1 through 4 and Metal Gear 1 through. What are your thoughts on that? Oh, you're talking about like government conspiracy and all that stuff? Because Metal Gear has a lot of government conspiracy, the World Order, World War II, and all that stuff. I'll be honest, I'll be honest, in any game that I played, and I love Metal Gear, I never actually took the game and made me think of something real life in terms of whether it's aliens or government conspiracy or anything like that. For some reason, it just didn't. I just looked at the games, enjoyed the games, or did not enjoy the games, and that's it. It was always about the games and just what was presented to me. It didn't matter who it was. I played as Ninja Turtles. I played as Hedgehogs, Bandicoots, Lombaxes. I played as knights. When I play Elder Scrolls, I always play as a dark elf. I played as so many characters and everything. None of it ever entered my mind about the political spectrum or how it impacts or whatever. Hell, these games weren't even the first games where I played as lesbians. I remember that, as far as I could remember, the first game I played where the character was lesbian was a game called Fear Effect on the PlayStation 1. They were lesbians. And I didn't think much of it. I thought it was like crazy. I'm like, oh snap, these guys are crazy putting this in game. But then that's about it. Beyond that, it was just a game. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, appreciate the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. You know, are you a big Metal Gear fan? Because I know I am, bro. It's just a shame that the whole Konami and Kojima relationship ended. Because now any future Metal Gear game is a wash. So that's what I'm nervous about. How can someone know that a game doesn't cause real violence, yet they think an agenda can change someone's sexual preference? That's a good question. Because if you believe a game can somehow influence sexuality in any way, then you have to accept the game can influence any aspect of the human psyche: violence, happiness, morals, ethics. Everything is fair game because influence is influence. Uh, you can't say that a game can influence this aspect of the human characteristics, but there's no way to influence any other aspect. It is what it is. It's a dangerous slope. I don't believe a game can influence a person's aspect. I think a person who has mental disorder can get triggered by something, but the person's already sick in the head. Something triggered it, whether it's a movie or music, a conversation on the phone, a bad day at work, or a video game. The mental disorder got triggered. You know what I'm saying? I remember there was one video I saw a long time ago where a news reporter was reporting something, and the guy was recording, and the guy that was the news reporter that got fired, he literally was standing by next to the cameraman, right? While the girl's reporting news, but she didn't say nothing. Then all of a sudden, the guy pulled out a gun and shot him. And the camera didn't see it because the cameraman was like this, and the guy with the gun was over here, and he's just standing around. The girl just minded her own business. She sees the guy, but she didn't think much of it. Maybe because she recognized him. He was the one that got fired. So she's talking, whatever. Then all of a sudden, boom, she got shot. And the cameraman's like, what the? Like, literally live on the air. And what triggered it? The dude that shot the the anchor woman, whatever, because that was his job, and he got fired. So that was the trigger. So the dude always had mental issues, just something triggered. New York Yankees, that's what I'm talking about. $5 super chat. If people want to talk conspiracies, play Deus Ex series. They go deep in that shit. Great channel, P-Rock. Love the content. You know what? I still have to play my last Deus Ex. Deus Ex, what is it? Human Revolution? What's it called? Mankind Divided. I bought that game a long time ago. Bought the DLC and all that, and I still haven't played it, man. My backlog is serious. You know? I need to make time to get that game in, you know? But I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And again, listen, I'm saying this. I want to make sure this is clear. Whatever side of the spectrum you're in this fight, pro SJW, anti SJW, whatever you want to do, however you see fit, all I'm saying is that's on you guys. You do what you want to do. It's your right to protest, discuss, argue, whatever you want. All I'm saying is that's not a topic I care about. I really don't care about that topic. I don't care because I don't see it impacting gaming. I'm playing games that are great. I loved Uncharted Lost Legacy. I thought it was fantastic. I would love to play more of that. All right. I love the fact that Ellie is a badass, you know, and that relationship with the girl Kiss, which until this week I really didn't put much mind to it because most of the topics I was talking about when it came to The Last of Us 2 was whether it's a next-gen game on PS5 dev kit hardware or if it's a proper PS4 Pro game. That's what I was talking about. But now since this gets brought up, chances are that girl's going to have a big impact on Ellie's life. So it is what it is. I just want good content, good storytelling, and, you know, expand the universe, break boundaries, you know. I mean, hell, I'm playing Detroit Become Human, and one of the characters is a android robot who was a housemaid who I ended up killing the father because he was abusive to his daughter. You know what I'm saying? That's the role. That's one of the roles, characters I'm controlling, and I don't mind that. Hell, the game had me sweeping, doing laundry and shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's to get into character, you know, to enjoy the story, and I don't mind that. It is what it is. My man Ruham, $5 super chat. Thank you so much, man. Got to show my support, and you've been great support to the channel, man. I appreciate everybody who supports the channel. All right. How you feel about Puerto'S back to the camera on MLB Show 15, but everyone else had their face on the cover? I never noticed that, to be honest. There's an agenda against Latinos. That's pretty funny. That's why I'm not doing this. I'm not getting into this. Y'all motherfuckers. I'm not doing this. We not doing this. All right. Yo, y'all dudes are wild up in here. And let me see. Yo, y'all dudes are wild. My man's out here tripping. Oh shit. My man talking about LOB 2015. Wow, that's crazy. Let's see what else we got here. I wonder, and this is one question. If Rockstar makes Grand Theft Auto 6 next gen, and the main character is a Latin female, do you think people will come out and say there's an agenda and Rockstar's trying to send a message to America about anti-immigration laws and all that, simply because they made a Latin female as a main character for Grand Theft Auto 6? I wonder. Think about that. How would America react? The rest of the world probably won't give a damn. Europe, it doesn't matter, South America, whatever. But I'm talking about here in America. How many people would take that and tie it in with anti-Trump and anti-immigration, all that stuff? How many think people find a way to show that Rockstar is pandering? I'm just asking. Chaos is like terrible logic, P-Rock. But let's be honest, Chaos. You don't think that would happen? I'm not saying that the logic is sound, whatever. I'm just saying, do you think that wouldn't spread and happen across Twitter, across the internet, across YouTube? You don't think people will try to associate the next Grand Theft Auto starring a Latin chick as the main character, and she's Latin, and somehow people will tie that to what's going on politically? You honestly believe? I'm not saying if it's right. I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying you don't think there's people out there ready to get on that train, or people somehow, some way won't. I'm talking Kyle's because he says that's terrible logic. So I want to see him answer. I want him to say no, absolutely not. No one will do that. I want to see anybody. Does anybody think that won't happen at all? Nope. Kyle said no. He don't believe in that. I think it would. I think somebody would be retarded enough to do that, because that's just it. Pretty interesting. You know what I'm saying? People are like, a Latina in Grand Theft Auto sold. I agree. I'm not saying that it's a correct stance. I'm just saying, do you think people would just be out there fighting, coming up with that chance, boycotting the game? You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying that it's correct or whatever. I think it would happen, though. I think it would happen bad. And I think there will be media that will fuel that topic big time. Whether it's valid or not, it will happen. You understand what I'm saying? What you think? Pretty interesting, right? Anyway, but overall, let's say Lionel Morgan, thanks for the super chat. He says we should have a game with all black characters other than sports game. I wonder how many people will have an issue with that. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? All black cast in a game. People might have an issue. People might think that the message of the game is simply to get rid of white influence. I don't know. I'll be honest. I'll be honest. I won't be surprised at anything anymore, because I thought it was crazy just people being emotional over plastic. I thought that was the limits of gaming, where people are just too tied with love of plastic and companies. But this week opened my eyes to, is PSN down? Well, I don't have my PlayStation plugged in because I have my Ethernet cable locked on the on my laptop. So I don't know yet. I haven't logged down. But I thought just the love and the emotional attachment to plastic was like huge. I thought it was like weird. I'm like, oh shit, these dudes are going overboard with this plastic loving, like they can't take jokes. They people, like people are no longer friends if like you don't like a certain console anymore. Like they'll dismiss you if you say, man, I don't like PlayStation no more. Xbox is so much better. Oh, fuck you, I'm not your friend no more, or vice versa. I'm like, yo, I thought that was weird. I thought that was like, man, this is crazy. But you know what? I don't care. I'll go in and do my BS, But this week, yo, this blew my mind. This was over the top. Console loving plastic to me is tame now. That whole thing, that whole world is tame. It's timid compared to this level of stuff. Because this is deep. This is up in there. It's up there. And it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But with that said, I'm gonna close this out. I appreciate talking with you guys. Tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern, check out the Digital Street Show with me and Zaire. We're going to be kicking it. Again, we're going to bring that show back. It's going to be on my channel and then the following week on his channel. Stand by for 60 Frames No Lag podcast at 4 p.m. Eastern every Thursday now. Right? Every Thursday. Again, I'm going to try to make it consistent. So I hope you will rock out with me every Thursday as much as I can, depending on my work schedule. But it's going to be Thursdays now at 4 p.m. With everybody. And I just hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks for rocking out. Closing out the stream. And that's it. It's over. Uncharted, the Naughty Dog Agenda, the aftermath. And the trilogy is done. There is no resurgence. There is no part 4. It's over. It is what it is. Poor Rock, you have to show for the multiplayer podcast. We need balance. The only problem is with the multiplayer podcast is the timing. Most of the time, the show starts at 2 a.m. in the morning on a Thursday. And I got to go to work the next day. Too early for me, So I can only appear if I'm off the next day. Things like that. Other than that, that's the only reason why I'm not on the show that much. Is only because of the schedule. But with that, thank you so much for supporting the channel. Thank you so much for participating in this discussion. And I hope you all have an amazing weekend and stuff like that. This is your boy Puerto'S 77, your only friend in these YouTube streets. And I'm out. Peace.